If you're an entrepreneur, an expert, a consultant, an author, a speaker, a coach, whatever it may be, chances are you're looking for lots of visibility to get in front of your ideal clients. And yet you may be hitting a wall. Hi, this is Kathleen Gage with Power Up for Profits and Plant-Based Eating for Health, here to share with you a tip on something that just recently happened with me by sticking with a process. The process is getting out and getting as much visibility in front of my ideal market as possible. Far too often what people do is they try something once or twice, they don't get an instant result, and they give up. I see this happen all the time with experts who want to get on podcast shows. I actually have a course, a membership program called Podcast Rockstar Club, where I take people step by step on how to get on podcast shows and how to get on lots of podcast shows. And it's really interesting because the people who are getting the best results are the ones who invest in the program. There's one small investment. Once you pay that small investment, you're in the club. We have monthly live trainings. We have Facebook Lives where I feature experts who are members who got a minimum of 3 shows as a result of what they learned in the podcast group. I have a Facebook group, and there's modules teaching you exactly how to do this. And the common denominator of the people that I feature on the Facebook Live is that those people immediately, and I'm saying immediately, dug into the content. I created it in a way that people could absorb it in bite-sized pieces, or they could sit down for a period of a few hours and absorb it all at once and then immediately apply the information. I've got templates in there for an expert one sheet. I've got examples of email messages that I've sent out to get the podcast opportunities. And I hear from some people saying, oh, I got on 1 or 2 shows, I didn't make a lot of money, so this stuff doesn't work. That's not the right attitude. The right attitude with anything that you do in marketing and promotions is you're in this for the long haul. You're in this consistently to get your message out to market. For example, the market that I'm very, very, very passionate about, and if you didn't know it, I'm very passionate about, is the vegan plant-based market. I want to raise awareness around factory farming, around healthy eating, around compassion to the animals, about the environment. The way that I do it is I do it through podcast interviews. I do it through a podcast show, Plant-Based Eating for Health, where I interview men and women from around the globe who have all different stories to share, yet the one common denominator is they're 100% void of any cruelty-free eating, or any cruelty eating, I should say. They consume no animal products and no dairy products. End of story. If they consume even 5% in their diet, they're not on my show. So I've stayed very consistent with my branding. So it's all about getting on podcast shows. It's about having my podcast show. I do blogging. I do social media. I do a lot of Facebook posting in different groups. And as a result, recently I had some amazing, amazing opportunities open up. And the common thread with the people creating these opportunities or inviting me into these opportunities is they said, we see you everywhere. We like your interviews. We like your social media posts. We really like your writing. And these are writing opportunities. And these opportunities didn't come as a result of me writing one blog post or being on one podcast show. I've been doing the posting and the visibility processes in the vegan plant-based industry for well over 2.5 years now. And I did it with no intention of monetizing when I first started. I just did it because I was passionate about it. Now I've been able to monetize and actually create revenue streams as a result of what I'm doing within that industry. And the reason I share that with you is, again, a lot of people tend to give up way too soon. They try something once, it doesn't work to what they think it should be doing, and so they give up. The reality is you have to have your 30,000 foot view. You have to have an idea of what you want to accomplish. From there, then every single day, you're consistent with getting your message out to market. Now, what you're going to post today is going to be very different than what you're going to post a year from now. What I posted when I first started as a plant-based eater was very elementary compared to what I'm posting now. In the time that I've been plant-based, again, I've started a podcast show where I've had lots and lots of amazing people on my show. I think we're on the 63rd episode right now. I have a Facebook group that is growing every single day. I have my blog. I've been on podcast shows, and I belong to associations, and I got certified in plant-based nutrition through eCornell University. So I'm in this thing for real. I'm not just putting my toe in the water. I'm really committed to raising awareness around the benefits of a plant-based vegan lifestyle, the benefits to your health, the benefits to the animals, the benefits to the environment. And as a result, I've had people notice. I've gotten noticed. I've had opportunities show up. I've been invited to speak at summits. I've been invited to be a part of webinars. I've been invited to present to groups of people. And the reason I share this with you again is to really encourage you to look at what you're doing to gain visibility. If you want to get on a lot of podcast shows, I highly encourage you to check out my Podcast Rockstar Club. All you need to do is go to powerupforprofits.com/podcast rockstar. That's powerupforprofits.com/podcast rockstar. And if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Go ahead and click the like button and the bell notification, so that way when I put out other videos, you'll get notice of it. But the process is you want to have your foundation in place. Your foundation is your website, your social media branding, your email distribution list, your database management program. All of that plays into your success. Have that in place. Go out, get lots of podcast interviews. And at first, it's going to be harder to get interviews than if you've been doing it for a while. Once you've been doing it for a while, you have social proof. And social proof should be on your website. You should have a media page. Yes, I'm shooting on you right now. You should have a media page on your website. Again, this is Kathleen Gage with powerupforprofits.com and plantbasedeatingforhealth.com. I encourage you, visit both of those sites and join the Podcast Rockstar Club for one small investment. One, it's not a monthly recurring payment. It's one small investment. You're a member of the group, you get invited to a private Facebook group, you get monthly live trainings, you get a one-on-one coaching call with me once you join, and it's to really help you get targeted on what you're trying to accomplish. I encourage you, go out, do what you're here to do, and do it in the biggest way possible. This is Kathleen Gage, wishing you a great, great day.